All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Monster, episode 25.
Okay, so Tenma's probably headed to Munich.
He's probably headed to Munich. Ava is not going to Munich, probably.
Right.
Roberto probably knows that Tenma knows about Munich.
Right.
And that's kind of it as far as kind of previous episodes' relevance on this episode.
Yeah.
Except for the potential bit about Johan manipulating kind of that black market bank.
Right, experimenting
kind of
with money and all that.
Situation.
Right. Yeah, because since it was introduced in the last episode and they didn't really do anything with it, I mean, it could have been explanation for past events, but it seemed more like they're setting up for something.
Yeah,
so.
It's definitely a setup for something because I think the people that scrambled for power and everything, some of those people are involved in Roberto's organization.
Right, I think that's what they were setting up for. Yeah.
That's why they have such a vested interest in Johan, is they've seen how effective he is when he is a leader of something that he wants to be the leader of. And that's why, like, the Nazi guy was wanting to make him the leader of their cult or what have you.
Sure.
And why these guys want to, at the very least, encourage Johan in his endeavors.
Yeah.
So we could be seeing potentially Johan pretty soon. Who knows?
In depends on if or so, maybe?
Right. Depends on if Tenma makes any detour stops on his way to Munich.
Right. Because I mean, those you have to have those. Like they're the bread and butter.
Yeah, exactly. What was your fast travel joke you made?
Oh yeah. You can only fast travel to places you've been before. So
it's true. It's true. All right, guys. Well, this sounds like it'll be a good one. So without further ado, let's do this. New character. And
they're very wealthy. Could this maybe be the family where Johan is?
It's a grandson, grandpa, is reading to him. One of the people in the organization, possibly. Possibly.
私に本を読んで聞かせる資格はない。すいません。これから気をつけます。帰れと言っとるんだ。
Classic monster to have. What? Thursday boy. The boy who was Thursday.
お屋敷じゃずいぶんこっぴどくやられたわね。元気出しなさい。経営学科のカール・ノイマン君。
Yeah, Stalker, you're on to something.
Oh, okay.
私は文化人類学科のロッテ・フランク。
君もあの人に本を読んで聞かせるアルバイトをしているの？
私は身の回りの世話。あの人が本を読ませるのは男子学生に決まってるの。あなたは火曜日担当。他の曜日は他の学生が目のほとんど見えない彼に本を読んで聞かせて、屋敷の電話一本でドイツ中の企業の株を好きなように操作してるって。
What?
バイエルンのハワード・ヒューズ。彼またの名をバイエルンの吸血鬼。
Okay.
午前2時の鐘が鳴ると執事を連れて棺桶みたいな車に乗って夜中の街に出かけていくのよ。その光景たるやまるでゴシックホラーよ。
Cool. Curious.
ただの散歩だろ。二人は慣れてるから。
慣れてる？
Oh, that's an interesting thing to
僕
say.
は里親の元を転々としていろいろあったからね。実は母に会えると思ってこのミュンヘンの大学に入学したんだ。
お母さん、
I
ミュ
don't
ンヘンにい
trust
るんだ。
her.
それで、
She's asking lots of personal questions.
Well, it might just be that she's a
どうして
snooper.
せっかく近くにいるのに。お母さんの名前分かっているんでしょ？
あ
あ。なんて名前？
See?
Yeah.
もういいって言ってるだろ。マルゴット・ランガー。
そこまで分かっているんならすぐ調べがつくわよ。
父親に雷鳴を集め、
that probably means Johan will be
高
involved.
波を起こし、
Right.
聞くに
Or
耐え
Anna,
んよ。
maybe.
私は美しいものしか愛さない。聞くに耐えんよ。
なんであんな大変なこと言ってくれなかったのよ。
君、あのハンス・シューバルトの夜の行動突き止めるって言ってたね。
え？
僕も一緒に行っていいかな？
もちろん。
超自然現象研究会始まって以来のスクープだ。
A cult phenomenon research society? What?
とにかくだ。こ の詩はこの大学の創設者の一人グロビ
Bishop Gropius? That has to be.
詩に間違いないんだ。
Oh my
気
gosh.
になるのはこの一節だ。最後から2番目の多い年、木曜日の青年がこの地を訪れ、書物は炎に包まれ、この世のすべては悲しみに包まれるだろう。ほら、この最後から2番目に多い
So
年。
the Thursday boy is
これは
probably Johan. He's one of the
1996
other people talking to him.
つまり
Maybe if he
今年
isn't
の
the
ことだよ。
person pushing
なん
around
で
his chair.
Right.
多い年ってのはウルー年のことさ。今世紀中ウルー年は今年と、あとは2000年、この大学が燃えるってことだよ。
じゃあ木曜日の青年ってのはなんだよ。
Johan.
木曜日。
謎の徘徊を追ってみればこれが真相ってこと？
I
全
sense
滅もいいとこ。
I sense Johan like
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's not.
Influence.
So Johan's not the one pushing it.
correct.
But he's probably the person that comes in on
バカバカ
Thursdays.
し。
And that could also be why he's so picky with his
Ah,
Latin, you know, because
気をつけてな。
Johan does it
僕
perfectly.
ちょっと行ってみるよ。
女の子が目的ならここは見当違いだよ。私はとっくに引退しちまったんだか
Wait.
ら。
Are we supposed to know who this
あなたは
is?
私はマルゴット・ランガー。
Oh,
Oh,
dang.
Wow.
Whoa.
見たとこ学生みたいだけど。
Haha.
ええ。ハンス・シューバルト氏のところでアルバイトをしています。
金を私に来るのさ。
Oh, is he his father?
私があの男の前に名乗り出た時、あの男は涙を流して詫びたんだ。私に子供を産ませといてゴミみたいに捨てたんだからね。
Oh,
Okay.
that's
あな
sad.
た
That
まさか
okay.
ハンス・シューバルトの子供？
Yes, say that out loud where she can
でも
hear.
Yeah.
1年前の新聞に出てたわ。元娼婦マルゴット・ランが殺される。犯人は未だ不明。
Oh.
彼も知ってるのよ。私が本物でないことを知ってて金を払ってるんだよ。
Okay.
もう金を払うべき本物のマルゴットはこの世にいないと分かっていてね。それが彼の贖罪の仕方なのよ。
Wow.
金、
Alright.
金。老い先短い老いぼれの前に息子だと名乗り出て、あの莫大な財産をものにするって手もある
Yep,
わけ
I
だ
was
し。
gonna say.
Uh-huh.
何が言いたいの？
That's why I don't trust
私
this
を嘘
girl.
つき呼ばわりしてるけど、あんただってどうだか分かったもんじゃない
Yeah,
って
she might be
こと
trying to
よ
get close because she figured
Mhm.
out
もう
that
一人い
he's
る
gonna
んだよ。
inherit.
Yep.
あの男の息子を名乗る青
Oh,
年だ
Yep.
ね。
Oh,
Yep.
oh,
あんたと同じようにここにやってきて、
Yeah.
同じような話をしてたよ。
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
確か
Oh, this is all
木
coming
曜日
together.
の青
Yep.
年だよ。
Yep. Yeah.
君、
You've had a rough
その
time.
木曜日
buddy,
の
but-
青年って見たことあるのか？
私木曜日はお休みだから。
Convenient.
でも一度忘れ物を取りに行った時に。
見かけたことあるのかい？どんな男だった？
どんなって、金髪のと
Yeah.
っても綺麗な顔立ち
Yeah.
の。
この大学に僕になりすました男がいる。
いいカール、母さんの言うことよく聞いて。このお金持って5番線の列車に乗るの。8つ目の駅で降りればそこにマルタっていうおばさんがいるわ。
Wow.
母さんは
Wow.
母さんは一緒に行けないって言ったでしょ。さあ
Okay.
早く。
This is a crazy thought.
僕のお父さん、ハン
Does
ス
this look
ゲ
like
オル
it
グ・
could be
シューバルトっ
about
て
10
人なんで
years
し
ago?
ょ。誰に聞いたの？向かいの
Yes.
ベラおばちゃんがい
It
る。
does.
大金持ちなんでしょ。ただし何にも欲しがっちゃダメ。冷たくされても恨んじゃダメ。なんで？母さんは恨んでないから。
Okay.
これ持って行きなさい。父さんが生まれてくるあなたにくれたものよ。
Oh, this is the thing that identifies him as
Right. Yeah.
カール、
You know, the
分
true
かったわ。 木曜日の青年の正体が分かったわ。ここだわ。この教室、ちょうど講義が終わったとこよ。ねえ、エドムント・ファーレンに会いたいんだけど。
ああ。エドムントいるか？
エドムント？あいつなら今日は来てないぜ。
Yeah.
だって。
Very convenient again.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
財産なんかどうでもいいんだ。
でも
シューバルトの金なんかいくらでも絞り取られればいい。ただそのエドムント・ファーレンという学生が僕の母の息子と言っているのが許せないんだ。
Yeah, I totally get it, buddy.
私の心にモノマネ鳥が鳴いていた。
Didn't say anything.
Yeah.
今日は何もおっしゃらないんですね、シューバルトさん。
なぜあれだけ怒鳴り散らされてもやめない？君、ご両親は？
僕は里親に引き取られて。
そうか、悪いことを聞いた。本当の親に会いたくないかね。
Oh my god.
実は僕は
どうやら今度現れた青年は本物のようなんだ。彼は金目当てじゃない。
彼？
いや、こっちの話だ。君はもう帰っていい。
Whoa, dang.
君のラテン語うまくなったよ。
ありがとうございます。
こうなったら彼の下宿に押しかけてみる？
君、ファーレンの住所まで調べ
How
てあ
is
る
she
のか？
getting all this stuff?
Yeah.
See, I do not trust her at
Yeah,
all.
I know. Me neither.
I have the weirdest vibe, like... And maybe this whole Edmund Farron thing is a wild goose chase for nothing, you know? Sure. Ooh. Holy crap.
Wait.
Yeah, now it has to be a wild goose chase.
まさか
They
自
didn't
殺してたなん
confirm
て。
the body, though. Did you notice how, like,
Yeah,
they
they-
didn't
公安
show...
新聞に
Uh-huh.
遺書の内容が載ってるでしょ。これ以上欺くことはできない。やっぱりこれって。
ああ、息子と偽ってシューバルトに近づいたことで両親の呵責に苛まれ。昨日は大変だったね。
そうなの。
Oh my
警
gosh!
察の事情聴取に付き合わされちゃって。
朗読のアルバイトも今日はお休みだった。シューバルトさんひどく落ち込んでいたよ。
あ、カール、紹介するわ。こちら金曜日担当の。
Oh.
どうも、経済学部の
Uh-huh.
カール
Yep,
です。
the whole Thursday thing was a wild goose chase. Well played, Johan.
法学部の
Oh.
ヨハン・リーベルトです。
Ooh.
All right.
I knew that girl wasn't supposed to be
right,
trusted.
right, and they set that up very clearly. But the thing is that it's like you're not sure. Like, okay, is she after the money, right?
But right.
But then it's like, oh wait, maybe she's not to be trusted, not because she
has some
herself
dark agenda
has
or
some
what have
dark
you.
agenda, but just because
Because she's connected to Johan.
because she's connected to Johan, so everything that she's doing is basically at his behest.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Oh, it's such a chilling thing to think about an antagonist that just by being in proximity to them, your entire being is compromised.
Yep,
you don't really know how, you just know that it is.
Right.
So you basically just think about what they're doing and you're like, the opposite of whatever they're saying and doing is what actually is reality.
What I love about this is that they made it so that when, like, you know how you were talking about
Right.
how, okay, this is really convenient that she comes up with all these ideas and figures all these things out. Makes it seem like it's all being very forced, right? But what it probably was is that she was talking to Johan about it, and Johan just randomly either led her in the right direction or even flat out said, like, maybe it's this. And people can forget where they get ideas from a lot of the
Yes,
times.
that's true.
And it'll be like, oh, yeah, I just randomly thought of this thing. Yeah, yeah, exactly, that's what it is. You know,
Another thing, if Johan is reading to this guy, he has interest in maybe gaining his money. Or maybe this is more of him just studying people who have that much money, you know, and trying to figure out how they came to that standpoint. But here's the thing. She had that kind of stalker look. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think, on some level, Johan and her Johan and her have some kind of a temporary thing going on right now.
Well, sure.
And hold on. Hold on. I think that the reason why she went and studied this guy was that Johan has a deal potentially with her where she's looking out for the old guy. And she is meant to go and make sure that none of them are trying to scam the old man, or she is nefarious, and she's like, we need to find the heir. I predict that one of these people that read to him, by definition, will end up being the heir because that's why this guy only lets men read to him.
And that also would be why he's so abrasive with the reading, is to basically filter out the people that don't have a real grounded reason to be there.
Right.
Yeah. And also the whole fact of like, oh, well, okay, the fact that she just sort of mentioned like, oh yeah, I met the guy and all of that. She said blonde and attractive and all that stuff, and we didn't see the person who actually was Thursday. So granted, that could be that person was actually blonde and everything, and Johan, very similar looking to Johan, and they ended up dying. It could now, and that's probably what it is, because otherwise they would have seen the body, and if it wasn't that, then he would have been like, "Wait, you lied to me," or something like that.
Yes. Another thing to bring into reference is that we know that the mom was blonde and pretty, so maybe this guy was realizing, "Ooh, I could look kind of like her." The son of...
Well, and sure.
And, pass along. But the guy's mostly blind, so he doesn't care about your physical looks.
Right.
He's, listening to the way you speak, and he's trying to see if you're genuine or not. Now, the thing is that the way he talked about Johan...
Yeah.
Probably, the person was Johan...
Well, right, it could have been Johan, because the thing is, they didn't actually say that the person that he was talking about was the person that was Thursday.
Yes.
They were making it seem like that, right? And you think that it's Johan at that point, but then it's like, oh, Thursday's dead, he killed himself.
Right, because he was the one that was wanting the fortune.
Right.
But he said, this guy isn't interested in my money.
Yeah.
Johan. So maybe Schuwald... isn't actually looking for his legitimate heir. That's why he doesn't care about whether or not that lady was the mom, so he's giving money as a form of his spiritual atonement or what have you. But he's actually using this reading thing as a selection process to find an heir. He doesn't care whether or not it's his actual son.
And that's probably why because the whole thing of him complimenting the dude on his Latin, maybe it's something where he suspects that he's his son, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he doesn't care, or maybe he's just completely given up on that fact, and he's like, there's no way I'm ever going to see my actual son again. So the next best thing that I can do is find someone that will fill that void, right?
Right, someone that will be worthy. Exactly. So he's listening to their voice, he can tell if they sound educated. He can tell if maybe they sound like a kind person. He can tell maybe if they are the kind of person who is confident and has the ability to maybe use the money effectively.
He can see how they respond to criticism.
Yep, very true.
He can see if they are after his money, because if they do, because otherwise
there's tells.
Criticism, there's tells. Especially when you're spending that much time with the person and when you're just listening to them, when you are just observing them, right? Granted, you can't really see, but, besides the point.
In a lot of ways, your eyes deceive you more than your ears do. So when you listen to someone, there's these minor inflections in their tone of voice that betray contempt or some kind of negative emotion or something.
It's the whole idea that 90+% of communication is not actually based on what's being said. Now, a lot of it's from body language, but a lot of it's body language. A lot of it's tone of voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And definitely when you are blind, your other senses get more attuned because you have to utilize them more.
Exactly, yeah.
So if he interjects, because this guy's wealthy, so he's a very smart man at the very least.
Sure, yeah.
So let's say he interjects specific questions, words, criticisms, if you will, to get a response out of someone.
Yeah.
And then he, in his wealth of knowledge, yes, pun intended, listens to that and goes, okay, that's the kind of person I'm dealing with.
And
the thing is, Johan is way beyond his capacity to understand and or psychoanalyze via his hearing.
Right, so he's just like, wow, this young man is so gifted, and and all that stuff, and he would be able to properly appreciate this, and and use it
wrapped around his little finger.
Now here's the thing. this episode was a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
which
it
means
was.
they're probably going to deal with this again. Now, Tenma is probably on his way to Munich. It might take him a while to get here.
Right.
So he
so
might
in the
not
meanwhile,
be,
we have
right.
this
In the meanwhile,
episode.
we have this, and he might not like if they do another episode of this, or 2 more episodes of this, or however more they do. Tenma might not actually show up for any of it. Right?
I would like that.
That would be really cool. And then there could be the whole thing of suddenly, we basically are wondering at what point is this guy that is actually the rightful heir, at what point is he going to die? Like at what point is Johan going to basically be like, all right, cool, you're getting too close or whatever, and it's just dead. Or
he actually might not even die. It might just be that he's discredited. You're trying to get the fortune when clearly you're not not his son. The thing is, he has an object. This is something that was introduced this episode that wasn't resolved. He has a physical object that was given to him by his actual mother. That proves that he is the rightful son. Now, this is where things get interesting.
Okay. So, what if we had something? This is something that I've always wanted to see. Is where we show what it's like for Johan to actually be talking to somebody and convince them to do something that is so contrary to their nature, or what is in their best interest, or whatever. Right. So, since Tenma doesn't have to be in this little mini story arc, they could basically have the climax be him talking to this dude, right?
For sure.
And by precision questioning and, specific things that he says, he convinces this person to basically just give up
the whole thing.
And give him the trinket, the memento, whatever it was. Like,
I got chills. I got chills,
that
guys.
would be really cool.
Like, it would be really creepy and cool because one of the freaky things about this whole situation being that the guy is blind is that he is completely at the mercy of Johan, and if it came to any kind of violence or what have you. But here's the thing. I think that Johan is going on the offensive right now, going to meet this guy specifically because he needs to handle this personally now.
Sure.
Basically, what's her name? It's like Latte or something like that.
Lotte.
Yeah. She has now passed along the information to Johan.
Yep.
Yes, this guy is legit. He is the actual heir.
He has something to prove it.
Right. Oh no, I don't think
because he told her.
Wait a minute, that's a good point.
And okay, here's something.
Did he just think flashback that, or did he exposit flashback that? It's not clear. I think you're right. It could be that she knows about that, and that's why he's here. He's like,
And here's something I would love to see. Okay,
but I was wanting to bring up that he could bring the thing to Schuwald.
Yeah,
he could bring the object to him, and wait, never mind. No, just go ahead.
Okay,
just go ahead.
What I would love to see. They don't have to do this. This could be something where the Lotte girl is so completely wrapped around Johan's finger that she's, for all intents and purposes, a puppet, right? They could do that. I hope they don't do that. And what I would love to see is that because they could totally go for the thing where she's unconsciously helping him just because he's so he's so good at manipulating people.
For sure.
But one of the things that I would love to see is if she basically thought she was like an accomplice or something like that was actively working to help him with this because he had so worked his way into her mind or whatever.
Whoa.
Because that is something that I would love to see with Johan, where someone basically believes that they are working as an equal, as a peer with Johan, and it's very clearly not that. Because the closest we got was with the neo-Nazis with Baby in them, but we didn't see how that ended. We saw the aftermath of they all ended up dead, right?
Yes.
But I want to see specifically how Johan would handle something like that.
It would also be cool to be like, Johan he's like, I care for the guy. I want to find his heir. And I found out that he uses this as a means to find his heir. So be on the lookout for guys that match this description.
Yeah. I can
so
totally do
she
that
does that, and she's kind of the stalker in that regard. But Johan has gotten her to actually be on the side of this guy. Like, she doesn't have any selfish motives. She believes she's helping him. There's a very real possibility that she's like...
that could be it too. Yeah.
I think that the very first scene of the episode is the most
kind
important
of,
one.
It's the most
overrides
telling.
almost everything after that.
Yeah,
because
kind of.
her stalkerish, like, just obsessiveness with finding out the things about his family and everything.
The way you can tell the most true stuff about a character is look at how they act when no one else is observing them.
Yep. That's also just real life.
Yeah, that's also just real life. But like anytime you're like dealing with something where you're unsure if someone is a spy or whatever, this is why lack of perspective shifts is one of the most telling things possible. If you've never seen from someone's perspective before, then their motives are up in the air. Right?
That's why I didn't trust her.
Yeah.
They kept like having her in these situations
doing stuff
like,
off screen and then telling him about, what she found out and stuff.
Yeah, it's
later.
Nope. I mean, and we had the first scene with her, which set the tone for her character.
Right. First impressions are big. Yeah.
But we also knew that because Tenma wasn't there, there's a very high likelihood
that this was going to go bad.
Johan was going to be there.
That too.
Also, we were in Munich, so...
Well, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
In Munich, at a really wealthy place, and, Johan probably found the place where he doesn't need to change anymore. He found the ideal, family to be a part of,
Oh wow! I didn't even think about that. The idea the idea that Johan has been family hopping all this time, and he might have just found the perfect family.
Right. It's like, this is good. Yeah.
Like that's a thing that I've wondered about. But I think Monster bringing this up, they know what they're talking about. Are there people really that wealthy? Like, he controls all the stocks in Germany.
Well, okay. Well, here's another thing to think about. This is 20 years ago. Like,
that's not a long time ago.
No, I know. That's not a long time ago. But
I'm talking about in terms of national wealth, meaning that Germany's wealth banks, pun intended, on this guy.
And
that's a little terrifying to think about.
And rumors are probably blown up a bit,
Rumors are probably blown up a bit.
Come from elements of truth.
Let's say, right, that it's more than 10%.
Right. Yeah.
That alone is just terrifying.
Yeah.
I think I need to go and Google this kind of stuff because I didn't know that individuals like that existed. I know corporations like that exist, and that's terrifying.
Sure.
But holy crap, like Monster is a very realistic show in a lot of ways, so I don't see them doing this as for all intents and purposes, I could see this Schuwald guy actually being a real person. Like,
sure. Yeah.
Like they're like, oh yeah, the Schuwald, like that family. And everyone's like, everyone who's from Germany, like, knows.
Saying, like, oh yeah, don't you know? It's Warren Buffett,
Yeah, the equivalent of some super mega billionaire in the U.S. or something like that.
Yep.
Okay, so that's something I want to figure out and stuff. But also, if Johan is under observance by the organization, there's another possibility that the girl is actually a member of that organization.
Well, okay, and that would be
even better,
because then it basically makes it so that there's more than two parties involved.
Yes,
even though we know Johan's going to come out on top of this, unless like Tenma shows up or something. But if she had her own agenda, in addition to interacting with Johan, so she could be being manipulated and stuff or whatever, who knows, that would make things even more.
She seems like the kind of person who's a very good actor. I got this vibe off of her that she's just a brilliant actor. Like an actress, basically.
And didn't, wasn't it, who was it that said that Johan was in Munich?
Was
it Roberto?
Yeah, it was Roberto.
Okay. So how do they know he's in Munich? Maybe they have someone close watching him.
No, I think
like she could be the one.
I think that's a very high likelihood of possibility in that her character is one that, like when I saw those glasses, and I saw the way she was kind of, not the way she was looking down, but this is kind of a weird thing to just kind of randomly bring up. But I got this vibe that literally like she's like trying to like play a stereotype, like she's trying to be I'm just the studious girl who's into books and I'm a little bit awkward and weird and stuff, but I'm actually like super confident and I'm a spy and I have like 10 languages that I know and I can like mimic emotions like on the fly and like I got that vibe from her. Like,
I have poisoned needles in my hair. Like,
no, I'm talking like like an information spy, not an assassin, Jacob.
Well, you never know if she's in league with the Nazis, you know.
Remember, the Nazis are not the organization. The Nazis are a splinter group of the organization.
Okay.
Baby was one member of the upper echelon. Roberto is not a Nazi.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I think that's a very big distinction, was that the Nazis were not the entire organization, and the Nazis were entirely wiped out. Like, Johann killed them all. Like, like they were assembling a meeting, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Roberto wasn't at that meeting because Roberto is not a Nazi. That's why Roberto is still alive. That's why other members of the organization...
Yeah. Sure. Or at least until we see some evidence that they're Nazis, there's no reason for them to be, really. Yeah.
But my thing is, I get this really, like, vibe from her that, like, oh, man, she is with them, and the thing is, she's aware of what Johann can do, and it doesn't matter. That's my thing, is that she's on some level, like, hyper aware to not be manipulated, but it's too late in a lot of ways. She's already getting spun around.
If that's the case, that is a way to make a rival antagonist or force of, like, ooh, you know, be scared of them, way more interesting than Roberto. Because so far from what we've seen of Roberto, right? The whole bit in his introductory episode with Anna and
very good stuff.
The cop guy, that was really good stuff. But like, say, in the previous episode, it seems just sort of like, okay,
Roberto is going to be around in the show for a while. We can just tell,
right?
But he needs some more time to grow,
right? Because it's this idea of the mystery of this character that makes her so interesting right out of the gate. Right?
Yes, I agree.
Because we don't know if she's in league with Johann, if she's working her own agenda, if she's associated with the
if she's completely innocent, and we're just like just firing into the a barn wall, just being like,
I'm almost positive she's not completely innocent because of that.
Of course,
because that whole first shot, right?
I agree.
There was very intentional. You know, they didn't just do that for no reason. But okay, one other weird thing.
What's that?
Did the dude, I forget his name, but did he remind you of Tenma in his character design?
A little bit.
The dark hair, the eyes, and everything.
But not that much.
Not really. But it was one of those things where I was just like, oh, like I see him and I think Tenma, even though I know there's no actual connection, you know?
Yeah, I don't really... I think it was more just a common thing. I was like, oh, a main character for an episodic story that has, you know...
It resembles Tenma, yeah.
That has dark hair. That was literally the only thing. Like, his nose, his eyes, his facial structure, none of that resembles Tenma.
The facial structure was very different, but the eyes, I don't know. Like,
the eyes were...
Okay.
Eyes were different.
Well, but... Yeah, this will be interesting to see how this whole thing plays out in the next episode.
If anything, actually, the eyes were something that wigged me out about the girl as well.
Yes.
Did you notice her eyes every once in a while, like, not matching her face, like...
Right.
Facial reactions and stuff?
Yeah.
I was like... Is Monster really that genius in order to like find a way to make an animated 2D picture of the eyes and stuff actually seem like they're just disingenuous?
Well, and they've figured out awesome ways to do that with Johann, with having them just have like the wide-eyed thing, you know, where like that you can see the fear in their eyes, kind of a thing.
Right.
But doing that in this different way, where it's not as like clear cut of this person is being influenced by Johann.
Sure.
You know, that's I think that was the main thing that made her look suspicious in her first shot. Yeah. Was the eyes.
I think this is also one of the few episodes we've had in the last little bit where they have a two-parter. And
where Tenma's
no Tenma.
Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because even with Ava's episode, which was a setup for a two-parter, it was still flashbacks with Tenma and very much Tenma focused. Yeah, I don't know. I hope they don't.
So this is cool.
Yeah,
this is cool. Yeah. I almost don't want it to be just a two-parter. I want there to be more of this, and we get to see maybe Johann's perspective on things a little bit.
Well,
no, they can't do that. They can't do that. That'll break the rule of cool. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm excited. This is good stuff. Monster, you surprised me this episode because last episode we needed a little bit of a pick-me-up, and this I was like clapping at the end of this episode. I was like, "Well done, Monster." Back in.
Really good.
Guess who's back?
Back again.
Back again. Johann's back. Run away. All right, guys. If you want to watch the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us about stories or whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.